I got out of the Navy when I was 18, and I had the GI Bill of Rights, and I wanted to go on a mission. So I went to my bishop and told him I wanted to go on a mission, and he said, oh, he knew my age. He said, you can't go, you're not old enough. You'll have to get a year of college. And I said, I don't want to interrupt my college with the mission. I want to go right now. And he said, no, can't do it, you got to go. So I wasn't about to take that by nature, so I went to Salt Lake on my own. Went over to 47 East South Temple. In those days, no security of any kind at the door. Went in, went to the first, later in the afternoon, went to the first office that I saw the lights on. Went in, I think it was Elder Bowen of the Corps of the 12.
Elder Bowen?
I think it was, yeah, a long time ago. But I told the secretary what I wanted, and he didn't happen to have anybody in there, so she sent me right in. I told him I wanted to go on a mission. Wonderful. I said, we need missionaries. We only have about 2,000 in the field right now after the war. So we talked, went through everything, and then he finally got around and asked me how old I was. I said 18. He said, oh, no, son, because that's against policy, regulation. You can't go yet. You've got to go home, go to school. I said, but I gave him everything I could think of to convince him, but he just very kind. No, you can't do it. So I left very discouraged, but on my way out, I saw another office open. And I figured, well, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So I went through the same scenario, went in to see the apostle. He was delighted to see me, gave me the same thing, we need missionaries. So I went through everything, finally got to the age, and he says, we can't send you. He says, the church doesn't, there's no policy for it. He said, you're not old enough. So I really laid it on. I said, look, I'm not like these other high school graduates. I said, I have experience of being in the service. And I really poured it on. I kept it going and going. I could see that it was kind of weakening, so I really poured it on. And he finally said, look, let me make a phone call. He said, I don't know if it'll do any good. He said, but at least I ought to do that for you. Afterwards, later I often wondered, whom would he phone from his hierarchy except the First Presidency? Certainly wouldn't be phoning 7 Presidents and 70. So anyway, I waited out with the secretary. Seemed like forever, maybe a half hour. Finally called me back in. He had a great big smile on his face. He said, you're in. We need missionaries. End of the story.
And the rest is history. Mm-hmm. That's great.